All right, another year here, 8th annual. Just what makes this year so special?
Every year is so special for us. Really cool. This is the 8th annual year, and crazy thing. It's been 10 years since the Heisman, so that's kind of what we're talking about throughout this entire tournament. Green and yellow gifts, green and yellow slippers. It's crazy to think that all this time has passed. But what's really cool is just Motiv8's made a difference, and it's thanks to the support and the generosity of so many people. A lot of people have been here since day one. So to be able to enjoy this 10th year with everybody is really cool for us.
Yeah, and 10 years since the Heisman and all that. Just what do you what stands out to you when you think back to that time when you were at Eugene and that kind of that run you went on?
Oh, it's crazy, right? I think about the relationships that I've built. There's a few of my teammates that are here today, and football has an amazing way to bring people together, and just the people, the teammates. That's what I think most of. It was such a fun run. We had such a good group of guys, but it was collectively just a really defined group on, hey, this is what we want to do, and we did it all together. And it's those stories that we talk about that brings us back here. And I'm glad that some of these guys will be able to be here today with me. But for me, just thinking back 10 years ago, that's what I remember most.
Marcus, speaking of the number 8, I know Dylan Gabriel is wearing number 8 this year. First quarterback from Hawaii to play for Oregon since you. First guy to wear that number as a quarterback. What's the story behind you giving him approval for that number?
Oh, he didn't need my approval. I mean, he was nice enough to reach out. But for me, the fact of the matter is, he told me he wore 8 because of what we were able to accomplish at Oregon, and that in itself is just such an incredible compliment. So I had no problems with it whatsoever, and it's really cool to see that. Makes me feel old a little bit. I've known Dylan since he was a young kid, and to see him wear the green and yellow and to see him wear 8 this year is going to be special. And I'm excited to see what they do. I told him, no pressure, man, just go be yourself, and he's going to represent that number really well.
And yeah, 8th annual golf tournament, but I believe it's the first time it's here, right?
It is.
Have you gotten to play here before, and just kind of what have you seen out in the course before this tournament starts?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to be out here with Hawai'i for a number of years, and I love it. It's a great course. They keep it in great condition all year. It's tough. It's going to be windy. I believe Ernie Els was the designer of the course, and he put a bunch of bunkers everywhere. So we'll be able to see what these guys kind of say coming off the course. But I love it, and they've welcomed us with open arms. We had a kind of a scheduling conflict, and they've made the transition very easy for us.
When you started this tournament, did you think it was going to be this much of an impactful, movement for people, and the way that it's gotten so much bigger every year? Did you ever anticipate that it would become this?
Not at all. Not at all. Very fortunate. Football has kind of given me a platform, but it's truly the generosity of the people that support Motiv8 that make it what it is. So for us, it's very important to be able to put this together, not only just to say thank you, but to kind of raise awareness and to kind of define maybe what's going to happen over the course of next year for people. So it's truly a blessing. It's crazy to think that it's been 10 years, but again, it's the generosity of the people that have made the difference in the community, and Motiv8's just kind of riding along with it.
You mentioned the green and yellow things you're giving out today, and I'm from Oregon, so I know how everyone respects you out there and what the university has done for you. Have you thought that 10 years later that the chemistry, the relationship between Oregon and you would still be what it is?
I would hope so. When I was done, it still is. It's a second home for us. I really, for me, Hawaii kind of made me who I am, but I was really able to kind of define myself as a person when I left, and to be in Eugene and Oregon, the state of Oregon kind of helped me accomplish that. So I am forever tied to the state of Oregon. The university has done so much, not only for me, but so many athletes that have come through there, and I'm thankful. I really it's hard to even express kind of the gratefulness. But yeah, it's fun to be able to kind of, bring it all here in Hawaii and kind of show kind of what I've done in the state of Oregon and kind of bring it here in Hawaii and kind of bring those two worlds together. I think that's really important for me because at the end of the day, I am who I am because of Hawaii and of Oregon.
Talk about this year's community award recipients with Lahaina Luna and then the Lahaina Pop Warner team.
Yeah, Lahaina Luna, obviously an incredible story. And, Rich and the coaching staff there to get those kids together and to really, football aside, just kind of bring a distraction and bring some just love and compassion there. Their story was kind of spread all over the world, but they are truly just an amazing group. And then also Lahaina Luna, the Chiefs Pop Warner team, they were, again, it's just those kids, they find a way in the midst of everything that had happened to come together. And football's got a beautiful way to do that, but I think for them, they were able just to kind of enjoy being together. And it's fun to be able to share their story a little bit, but also just give them just recognition for what they were able to accomplish.
What does this time in the calendar year usually mean for you in terms of your off-season regimen, and then what do you think about this next opportunity in the league coming up for you?
Yeah, it's year 10, so I've kind of gone through this a few times. So every year, if people don't know, we get like a 5-week break at the end, and really from middle of June to July till camp starts. I always come home. First thing I do is come home, and I try to spend about a week here, and then I train in Oregon, so I spend kind of the rest of the month up there. But really, for me, it's to come back, it's to kind of get rejuvenated, it's a time to reflect and kind of get ready to go. And I really kind of take this time and make sure it's important for me, it's a priority. And then once I leave, I kind of get in that mindset, all right, it's time to go. And for me, I always like to kind of do that up in Oregon. I still train with Coach Radcliffe, the strength and conditioning coach at Oregon, and it's just kind of, for me, it's a mindset. It's kind of get going. I get my time at home in Hawaii. I get kind of that peacefulness, and then, I kind of get ramped up again. So, for us, it's kind of an interesting 5 weeks because you go from OTAs and you prepare and you kind of hit a peak for you physically, and then you get kind of some time off. So I just try to maintain that all the way through. I don't really take a whole lot of time off during these 5 weeks, but I'm excited for this. It's kind of crazy, right? It's a brand new opportunity. It's a whole new franchise ownership, coaching staff. I mean, there's 40 free agents in there that we all came together. So to be able to kind of do this whole thing together is a very unique opportunity, and one that I've found pretty special. And OTAs was fun. We got to know everybody. Guys are working hard and grinding, and I'm looking forward to getting camp going and see where this goes.
What was it like to work with Jaden Daniels and be kind of like a mentor to him?
It's been great, and he's one of those guys early in the facility, last guy out, and that work ethic, I think, is really going to help him sustain his career. So it's been really great. We got a great quarterback room alongside Sam Hardman and Jeff Driscoll, and I think it's important. I really believe the quarterback position is one of the hardest positions to play in sports. And the healthier your quarterback room is, the support of each other, I think being able to compete day in and day out with one another, I think that ultimately makes that room that much better. And when you're able to do that, I think it really lifts your team up.
Marcus, what's been the key to being in the league for 10 years, a true milestone? What would your advice be to anyone who wants to sustain that level of just being in that league for that long?
Sacrifice, but it takes a huge support system. I wouldn't be standing here today without my family, without my friends, and really the support that I've gotten from the state of Hawaii and as well as from Oregon. So it really comes down to choosing who you want to be around, pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself day in and day out, never settling, never being content. And you'll pick your head up after a few years and realize that you played 10 years, and it's kind of crazy. It goes by fast. But I'm a true believer in working hard and putting forth your best effort every single day.
Have you, you mentioned that, have you kind of taken a second to just take a step back and kind of look at that journey and kind of almost like a hit you moment when you realize it is going to be your 10th year in the league?
Yeah, and that's kind of why I enjoy coming home for a little bit, because it does allow me to step back and get that perspective. Because you can really just go and not really think about it. But for me, I always find balance when I'm able to reflect. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. We were sitting there yesterday for Father's Day, sitting there with my dad, and it's just like we played catch, and I was like, gosh, Dad, I can't remember the last time we played catch, right? Like, it's crazy to think about that, and we got a few more gray hairs, and maybe balding a little bit from my dad, but that's all right. It's fun to be able just to go out there and play that game, because that's why ultimately I played, was to enjoy it and to have fun. And it is pretty wild to think that it's been 10 years. I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. I really believe that my experiences have allowed me to create value, but also give me a platform and share a little bit about Hawaii, share a little bit about Oregon, and we'll see where this ends up. I have no idea. I got no plans on stopping anytime soon, and just enjoy this journey.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, Marcus. Like you
Thank you.
mentioned, how has fatherhood changed your perspective on just how you approach everything?
Oh man, it's changed my perspective so much, in the sense that every single day I was so focused on myself. I was focused on what I got to do from a football standpoint, what I got to do from a marketing, that kind of stuff. And then when you have a child, it's like all that goes out the window, and it's about raising your kid and being there for your child. And that, I think, has been such a healthy balance for me. I'm very type A, like I got to do things like now, and she has allowed me to kind of take a step back and gain some patience. So it's been so much fun, and regardless of what I do, the best moment of my day is coming home and she says Dada, so it's that in itself makes everything worthwhile. And I'm excited to just kind of help her go through her life and give her that perspective that I've been able to gain from her.
Last year you were on a par 3, just kind of letting, with all the groups coming through and taking a shot. Is that kind of the similar setup as this year? And with that being said, how's the shot? How's it feeling?
So I don't know if you guys have been out here. Hole 12 is a tough hole, and that's where I'm going to be at. It's like over the water, kind of somewhat of an island green. So we'll see how this goes today. But yeah, I love playing with every single group. I think that's important. People come out here, they spend money, and to be able to share a moment with them, get to know them, talk about Motiv8, what it's done, what it continues to do, I think is important. So I'm looking forward to it, but yes, hole 12 is going to be tough today.